Okay, so I'm going to log in with my root user account. The root user is the user which I use to sign up with my email ID. Click next and then type my password. Now, once I logged in, I will go to the component or services, which is IAM. Okay, so the search box, type IAM. Okay, now I'm going to create a groups, create new group, grp underscore s3 underscore read only. So this is read only group for S3. Next step, I will attach a policy. So search the policy, type S3 here. You'll get full access. I'm not going to use this policy. I'm going to use S3 read only access. Okay. Next steps, create group. Okay. Now I'm going to create another group, create new group, grp underscore s3 underscore full control. Okay. Again, I'll search for a policy called S3, and this is Amazon S3 full access, create group. So you notice I created two groups, group S3 read only and group S3 full control. Let's summarize it. Group S3 read only has a permissions, correct? What is the permission? It has a managed policy attached to it, and the policy name is S3 read only access. Clear? So simplicity, let me duplicate the tab so that you can understand it. And let me go to groups again here. This is full control. So if you see this, there's no users added, right? Permission is S3 read only access. Okay. And this is group called full control. Permission is full access. Every object has a ARN. Okay. So see the ARN is starts with ARN colon AWS component name, account name, group, and then all those things. Now let's reduplicate this tab, and this time I'm going to create the users. Okay, create two groups, attach two different policies to the group. Now I'm going to create users. Go to users. My first user is test user 1. Okay, and I'm not going to select programmatic access, giving custom password. Uncheck this box. If you uncheck this box, user cannot change the password when he logs in. Okay, now this is the place where I add user to group. I can also attach policy directly, but the best practice is please create users, create groups, attach policy to the group. Do not attach policy directly to the user. Okay, now I'm adding this user test user 1 to group S3 read only, not to the full control. Okay, and let's create this user. Now this users will get created. So test user 1 belongs to which group? It belongs to read only group. Okay, to verify this, this is the tab. Now this time you click on users. Okay, it's not refreshed, no problem. So let's click on the groups again and check it. Okay, read only. So see, now if you see, You created users and added users to groups. So when you go here, you see test user one is coming. What is the permission? The permission is the policy attached. Managed policy means the policy created by AWS. Now you can also click here to show policy and it will show you the policy. See, the policy is pretty simple: affect, allow, action, get, star, list star, and resources star. So you can search in AWS in Google, typing AWS space policy, read about all these parameters. Now I created my user. Now this user has to log in. Okay, so you have to click on the dashboard here and you'll get the URL. Okay, so this is the URL for all the users to log in, right? Root users does not require a URL and this is my account ID 466 something something, whatever it is. Now I'm going to use a different browser, Mozilla. Okay, and I'm pasting this, Control V, done. Now I'm using different browser because if I use the same browser, then in that case two users cannot log in using the same browser. Either I have to use a cognito mode or I have to use a different browser. Now if you see, automatically I use this URL and this came up. Now what was my username? Test user one. Okay, and see, it will not ask me to change the password. Why? Because I have unchecked that box. Okay, right, give me 1 minute here. I think I forget the password. Okay, I can go to users, go to security credentials, and I can click on manage and change the password. Console access is enabled, custom password, and I am again not checking this box. Correct? The last one, required password reset. Okay, so now let's go to the Firefox one again. Oh my god, I was giving a wrong username. That is why it was not working. Okay, now let's see this. I don't want to save the password. So what is this user capable of? It has a S3 read only. It can only read S3. It cannot create anything. Okay, so with this user, let's see, type S3. See, okay. Now what you have to do, you have to try to create a bucket, or okay, let's try to create a bucket, test AKI. Okay, and I change the region to Mumbai and AP South 1. Keep other things default, create bucket, done. Now it is failing. See, fail to create bucket, API response, access denied. So whenever you create anything in the console, there's an API call which is being made, correct? And it failed because access is denied. So I cancel this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm log out. Now important thing to notice, this is a user which I created. So if you see test user one at the rate my account name. But when you log in with a root account, it will be simple root account username. It will not be the account name. So let me log out with this sign out done. Now, this time I want to create a user called test user 2, and this time I'll select program console access, custom password. Okay. Now this time, last time I have unchecked this box. Okay. This time I'm going to check this box. See what will happen. This checkbox will give privilege to the user to change his password. See, okay, I'm giving full control S3, next tags, next review, and see, I added a user to group S3 full control, but IAM user change password policy is attached. Okay, why it is attached? Because I checked the last checkbox. Now let me create the user. Okay, same URL. Okay, let's close this. Let's understand this. Now, if I go to users, which is test user 2, you see the permission is so one more. So it is clearly saying attached from the group. So this user is getting a permission full access because it is attached to the group. AWS manage policy from group S3 full control. And IAM user change password. At any point of time, if you want to see the policy, you have to just click on it and click on the JSON value. You will be able to see this. See, full control is S3 colon star, but for read only, it was get star and list star. For user change password, it is this. And why this dollar username variable is coming? Because whenever the user logs in, it is replaced by this parameter. So user will only be able to change his own password, not others password. Okay, let's learn this. Okay, and simulate it. So go to dashboard. Again, you got this URL, copy this, go to the different browser, control V, and this time I will be careful. Okay, some problem. I am going to put the correct username. Now see this. Now test user 2 password, and it will ask me to change the password. See, but for previous user it was not asking because I did not check that box. Confirm password change, do not save it, and password will be changed. Okay, now this user has S3 full control, right? If you see this, let me reload this tab, and in the meantime, the user is getting logged in. I'm using two browsers, Google Chrome and Firefox. Okay, there's internet connectivity issue, I think. No problem. But the point is that you have to log in with this user and then try to create a bucket. And once you create a bucket, it will allow you to do that. Okay. See, it is loading. It's loaded. Now, if you see this, let me check the Firefox also. It is loading. Now, here it is. I'm using Firefox. I logged in. See, test user 2 at the rate my account name. Now, again, I can type S3, but recently visited services are here. So no need to type in the search box. I will just type it and see here. This is the group